never thought a simple road trip could turn into a nightmare. It was supposed to be a quick drive through the mountains, just me and my stepson Ryan. My husband had to stay behind for work, so I offered to take Ryan on this trip, thinking it would be a good way for us to bond. But I never expected what happened next. Somewhere along the winding roads, far from any town, our car broke down. No signal, no passing cars, just endless trees and the creeping chill of nightfall. At first we laughed it off, thinking help would come soon. But as the hours dragged on, the laughter faded, replaced by an unsettling silence. Ryan, usually calm and collected, started acting strangely. He kept glancing over his shoulder, his face pale. "Did you hear that?" he whispered. At first, I thought he was just spooked by the dark. But then, I heard it too. A rustling in the trees. A low, distant sound, almost like breathing. That's when I realized we weren't alone. I turned to Ryan, my heart pounding. "Get in the car," I whispered. But it was too late. Something was already out there, watching, waiting. Ryan's breathing grew uneven as he clutched my arm. "Mom," he whispered, his voice barely audible. It was the first time he had ever called me that. Usually he kept his distance, polite but distant. But now fear had closed that gap between us. I swallowed hard and scanned the darkness beyond the trees. The sound had stopped, but the air felt heavier, charged with something unseen. The only light came from the dull glow of the car's dashboard, barely illuminating Ryan's wide eyes. "We need to stay calm," I said, forcing my voice to stay steady. "Maybe it's just an animal." But even I didn't believe that. Something about the way Ryan stiffened, the way his gaze kept darting into the trees. He had seen something. Then, just as I reached for my phone again, a shadow moved. Not far, just beyond the tree line. Too tall to be an animal, too still to be the wind. And then, one step closer, Ryan's grip on my arm tightened. "It's moving," he whispered, his voice trembling. I could barely breathe as I followed his gaze. The shadow was closer now, just at the edge of the dim light from our car. My instincts screamed at me to get inside, lock the doors, and wait for daylight. But my feet wouldn't move. Then, another sound, not rustling, not footsteps, a voice, low, garbled, like someone trying to speak through water. Ryan took a step back, pressing against the car. "Mom, we have to go," he pleaded, his voice sharp with panic. I forced myself to act. I grabbed the door handle, ready to shove Ryan inside. But just then, the car's headlights flickered, and for the briefest second, I saw it. A figure, standing still, face hidden in the shadows. But it wasn't the figure that made my blood run cold. It was the way Ryan whispered, "I've seen him before." My breath caught in my throat. "What do you mean you've seen him before?" I whispered, barely able to form the words. Ryan didn't answer right away. His hands were clenched into fists, his whole body shaking. "At my dad's old house," he finally said, his voice hollow. I thought I was imagining it. I never told anyone." The shadowed figure didn't move. It just stood there, its presence heavy in the air. Watching. Waiting. The wind picked up, sending leaves skittering across the pavement. The car's headlights flickered again, and for a split second, the figure seemed closer. Ryan gasped. "It's coming," he choked out, stepping toward me like a terrified child. I fumbled with the car door, my heart slamming against my ribs. But then, from somewhere deep in the trees, another sound echoed through the night. Not footsteps. A whisper, calling my name. The whisper sent a chill through my entire body. It wasn't just any voice. It was familiar. Too familiar. It sounded like my husband. Ryan must have heard it too because he stiffened beside me, his face pale under the dim light. "That's not him," he whispered, shaking his head. "It can't be." But then it came again. My name, software, urgent, coming from the trees. Panic twisted in my chest. My husband was miles away, safe at home. There was no way he could be out here. And yet, the voice calling me was unmistakable. The shadowed figure remained still, but something was different now. The air around us felt heavier, pressing in from all sides. Ryan grabbed my hand. "We need to go," he pleaded. Before I could move, the voice spoke again. Closer this time. "Why did you leave me?" That wasn't my husband's voice anymore. Ryan pulled me back just as a figure stepped into the faint glow of the headlights. My breath caught in my throat. It wasn't my husband. It wasn't even someone I recognized. But